Okay, so I have some Yankee news, slash former Yankees news. Former utility man Marwin Gonzalez is actually heading east, far east, to Japan. He's signing with the Oryx Buffaloes. That's an MPB, Oryx Buffaloes in Japan. So looks like a 1-year deal with a $1.5 million salary, and this is according to John Heyman, okay, of the New York Post. So John Heyman's also reporting something that I'll mention to you in a second as well, but Gonzalez is 34 years old. He did part-time play with the Yankees, so he slashed 185, 255 on base, 321 slugging, so not sexy, but he did have a couple of solid hits, key hits for the Yankees. He only had 207 at-bats, so it wasn't a big sample size, but he was productive when they needed him to be, okay? Just like he was with the Astros. And now, speaking of John Heyman, he's also putting out there, and again, take this with a grain of salt. I mean, I usually like to have corroborating sources because John Heyman has been wrong more often than I'd like for him to be. But he's saying also that the Yankees are currently, after the Luetge trade, they're at $290 million, and they are unwilling or very resistant to surpass the $293 million Steve Cohen tax threshold, a luxury tax threshold, so which is obviously affecting their free agent pursuits in left field, potentially trade pursuits. So if something like this is going to happen, and if they're going to make a trade, even though it sounds like they're perfectly willing to go with Hicks or even Oswaldo Cabrera or even Estevan Florial for some kind of outfield role or whatever, they're going to obviously have to trade some guys to clear some payroll room to make room for any other trade, incoming trade, or some kind of acquisition. It seems as the market now is all trade, and I mentioned Trent Grisham now is a potential option as well in trade as of last night. So I put a video out on that. Take a look at it. That's down below. If you want any further news and you enjoy this content, be sure to subscribe to the channel before you leave if you haven't done that yet, because I will keep you posted on everything Yankees. Okay, we are going live tonight. We'll have fun. We'll have some fun. We'll talk about it, all the latest. And I have a trivia, 10 trivia questions. So I hope that you'll join us and have some fun. Some old trivia, some new trivia, new baseball years, older baseball players, mid baseball players. So I think it'll accommodate all baseball fans, whether we're younger or older. I think it'll be fun. So we'll go over that tonight. And but that's the news right now. Marwin Gonzalez is heading over to Japan to get an opportunity to play with the NPB's Oryx Buffaloes. So I wish him well. And this happens sometimes to players. And maybe he'll come back at some point if he plays well there, and he'll get another shot in the major leagues. But we'll see. He's 34 years old. We'll see how much more career time he has. But this is a logical step for a lot of players like in their 30s who are not getting as many opportunities as they'd like in the majors to go over there. And, and a lot of them play pretty well there. So I wish him well. But, so that he's gone. The new news about the threshold, I mean, we'll have to see what happens. We'll see what happens. Are they unwilling to make moves now, is the question. We don't know. So it sounds like they're perfectly fine either way, but it would still be nice if they could trade for somebody with controllable years like Jake McCarthy or even somebody like Trent Grisham, who's got 3 arbitration seasons left before free agency, or obviously Brian Reynolds, who has the same amount of 3 controllable seasons. So, but it will cost one way or another. I don't think Grisham will cost as much as Reynolds, but somebody like one of those Arizona Diamondbacks outfielders with more controllable years than both of these guys will likely cost as much or potentially even more. But keep in mind, too, the Yankees have been stockpiling pitchers. Now, I don't know if it's because the Pirates have shown or communicated the fact that they are looking for a pitching-heavy trade, which can put the Yankees at a disadvantage. So I think they're stockpiling arms maybe for that. But we'll see what happens there. I don't know. We don't know at this point. Or at least I don't know at this point whether that's the plan. Cashman never tells us anything, so we gotta take everything with a grain of salt, unfortunately. But that's what I got for you right now. Have a great night, and I'll see you tonight in the live stream, 9:30 Eastern. Talk to you later.